Hi, my name is Marita Poole. I am the director and curator at Clark Atlanta University Art Museum, formerly Clark Atlanta University Art Galleries, and we are standing in the section today that is about Fred D. Jones. And the title of the exhibition is Frederick D. Jones, Jr. and the Social Surreal. Well, I think what's really striking about Frederick D. Jones is that he's an artist who hasn't had the level of depth of scholarship about him that his contemporaries like Charles White and Elizabeth Catlett have, Couture, some of the others we've known, and also someone who was a student of Hale Woodruff and who was inspired by him. I thought it was time that we gave him a little bit of attention because we're fortunate to have 5 of his works in our collection, but they are in need of conservation. The 2 that you're looking at now, which first inspired the exhibition, were really critical to the development of the show because we were trying to figure out, well, what was making Fred Jones so different from his contemporaries? While he's definitely dealing with issues of the time, his work doesn't fit within the traditional kind of conversation about social realism. And so we're trying to find a language to begin to think about, well, how do we process and rethink what we think we know about African American art of the 1940s and 50s? And particularly when you have an artist like Frederick D. Jones, where the style is so distinctive. And so he's clearly engaging and in conversation with his peers like Huey Lee Smith, and really kind of thinking about a new way to grapple with the condition of African Americans and to represent it in a very distinctive way. So right before us is the Huey Lee Smith that we're fortunate to have in our collection, which is entitled The Jester. Frederick Jones and Huey Lee Smith actually became colleagues or very close friends while they were in the military when he moved to Chicago. So what you see in this section of the gallery are his contemporaries who he was in conversation with in Chicago at that time. And these are people that he's identified that were really critical to his development. So we incorporated Hale Woodruff because he met him in Atlanta, but later he was inspired to go to Chicago as a result of his training in the Atlanta University Center. And that's where he met people like John Woodrow Wilson, whose works you see coming up. Elder Couture, who I mentioned before, who they really, in some people say they were riffing off of each other and really inspired each other to push the dialogue and the discourse and the depiction of African American artists. They're, which you see in the one piece that we're fortunate to have here, where they're really trying to give a different sort of narrative and kind of construction of how we understand the African American experience. And then there's Wilmer Jennings and another Wilson that we have, and Charles Seabury. So we just thought it was important to really kind of think through or put him within the context of his contemporaries so that we could really have a different understanding of this artist who was so critical to the development of African American art in the 20s. So what you see is an exhibition of works where all permanent collection works, where we juxtapose him with his contemporaries, looking at his mentors and friends, looking at his teachers, and also looking at the style of work, the social realist art that was dominating at the time. And we hope that it will draw attention to this artist and get them inspired to contribute to Clark Atlanta University Art Museum so that we can conserve his other pieces like the ones you see over here, The Daughter of Eve. The works have been in the collection since the 1940s. They came about, they became a part of the collection during 1949 to like 1950s because of the Atlanta Annuals. He won prizes in the competition for his oils on canvas, and as a result, they've been at Clark Atlanta University ever since. And so we're very fortunate and very thankful that we have such remarkable works here for the public to be exposed to.